Namaste. Good evening to everyone out there. This beautiful, wonderful evening. It is Tuesday, November the 15th, 2019. Now, last night I did a video called Veganism is at an all-time high. And my intent was to conclude that video as just one part of it. But then I ran out of time and I did not see myself wanting to begin this video with just 30 seconds left, started on a part two. So I decided that tonight I was going to come back and I was going to complete this video. Because when I ended last night, I ended abruptly and I did not have a conclusion. So we're going to talk about veganism again tonight, and restaurants. You know, they all stepping out now and they stepping up their game, and they all trying to, get in on the big time market of a lot of people are waking up and being conscious and aware of their diet, and they're waking up and they be wanting to eat more plant-based and a more healthier, holistic diet. So restaurants, like I said, these people are out there. They're watching you on social media. They're looking in on your posts, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, whether it's YouTube or whatever social media or whatever that you're putting out information about what you want. That is how they're, like I said, it's like they're taking a sensor and they're going like, okay, so now, the masses are trying to change, and we have to make sure that we can cater to all these needs, because if we don't, then we're going to lose a massive number of people, and all they want is your money. All these restaurants and everything out there within the matrix systems, within this world system, is all about making the big bucks. Trillions and millions and trillions and billions of dollars. They ain't thinking about you. And if you going out there and they're taking sensories and they're finding out, okay, they're looking out for this, they're going to give you exactly what you want. If you were looking for this particular thing, they'll know. They'll be on the market before you know it, and they're advertising it. They are pulling you in. And so now they're hearing a lot of people talking about a wholesome eating lifestyle and a more healthier diet. And people talking about plant-based. They're talking about veganism. They're talking about vegetarian. They're talking about getting rid of the proteins of animal proteins, and they're talking about getting rid of all those different things that they were sold on cooking and feeding you all. And they didn't mind doing that, all the unhealthy things that these restaurants, they cooked up and they gave you. But now, okay, I've got their business feeding them unhealthy foods for all these years. Now I cannot lose my profits. And I got to keep this because they are my game. They are my profits. People are my profits. So I got to step up the game. I got to give them what they want. And so restaurants are really getting smart. And some of them, I'm sure they are earnest and they're honest about really wanting to do a more healthier eating lifestyle serving for people. And there's others that's out there just doing things because it's all about marketing, making the big money. So my whole thing for making this video, my whole reason is that I want to alert the people out there who's really trying to get into a more healthier eating lifestyle and trying to get into having a more wholesome and healthier diet. I just want to say be cautious, because like I said, the matrix system and the masses, all of them out there for so many years, they manipulated us. They lied to us about everything. They bamboozled us with telling us who we were. And I mean, it was a whole lot of lies. And don't think that the lies quit at that point when we began to realize that we were far greater than that. We were told that we weren't ignorant and stupid and enslaved people. They're always trying to find a way to depopulate the generations of people. And they doing this with their lives. And I'm not going to get off on all that. Let me finish this video up. So I was talking about vegans. So tonight, this subject is going to be veganism is at an all-time high. And I really want to talk about some things so I can give you some tips on how to be able to make sure that you're getting what you are paying for and you're getting the foods, the wholesome, healthy, vegan, organic, 100% organic, healthy foods that you're seeking. Now, it's one thing that really hurts me is seeing people finally consciously becoming aware of their diet, and they want to be conscious passionate about their health, and they're stepping out and they're trusting people that they're doing what they're saying they are doing, and that they're giving you what they're advertising, and they're serving you what that you're been seeking and you're desiring, and then they are not doing their part of the bargain, and they're taking it as, hey, it's all about a game. But people are waking up, and I don't want you to wake up and then you wake up and you fall into something even bigger than you already were in. Because like I said, you want to change your diet because maybe you had a lot of health issues or a lot of concerns that was happening in your body and things that will begin to make you sick all the time, and you realizing that if I go on a healthier, more eating lifestyle, and if I start being a vegan or nutritarian or whatever diet that you may be on that is holistic and healthy, maybe you were thinking that this is going to change my body, this is going to help my immune system, this is going to help me with my whatever situation that you may be facing, and then you don't see things changing because now you're going out and you're eating in these restaurants, and these restaurants are still packing your foods with GMOs and fertilizer, poisons and toxins and all whatever, but you don't know that because you're not in the kitchen, or you're not the one that sending these products to the restaurants. You're not the producer that's sending these products, and so you don't know. So you're just trusting, taking their word. But let me tell you something. When I tell people that I'm vegan, they just look at me like I'm a disease. I mean, vegan's not a bad word. And sometimes, people had looked at us in different ways, or they said things about being vegan. Oh, you eating that rabbit food, I ain't, and they say things which makes you kind of like, okay, little leery or conscious about how you speak it out, the word vegan, in amongst people, because you're going to get a whole lot of negative vibes or looks and remarks made because you just said that you're vegan. And often, I tell people that I am vegan, and a lot of people have said to me, that must be really challenging to eat vegan. And I just like, oh, really? And saying, really? Then, but really, I didn't. I don't really understand why they would think so. If you never tried something, how can it be challenging? I mean, you really never put your efforts. You never really stepped out to do it. But I just hear people that they're talking, their words, their negativity, whatever they may be trying to send my way, discouragement, and what I'm trying to do. I just let it go right over my head because I really don't think that it's challenging at all. Actually, it's very, very easy to do. You just got to have a made-up mind. You just got to have a made-up mind, and you just got to have positivity that I am going to attain the best, ultimate eating lifestyle for my body, and you just gotta step out and do it. Now, see, at home being vegan, it's really easy eating any kind of diet because my whole grocery list is vegan. All the foods that I buy, 100% organic. They're vegan. Everything in my house is vegan. I buy vegan everything. So I don't have no problem in my home eating that because, like I said, that's the kind of diet that I'm on. So that makes it easy. But going out to different restaurants and places, you're eating out, fast food chains or whatever the places you may be eating out, you don't know. You don't know if they're 100% organic. You don't know if they're pure, healthy, natural, wholesome vegetables and fruits and seeds and berries, and you don't know. I mean, you look out there on the table and you see all these different vegetables and fruits that I have out here. I mean, when I pick up my produce from my grocers, I make sure they're 100% organic, and I will stand there for a length of time to make sure, and I read. So in my house, it's easy. It's easy because my whole house has been transformed into a vegan place. This is where I eat. So when I go out, so when I go into my house and I'm going to grab a snack or make a meal, then I don't have to give a second thought about what am I picking up or what am I going to eat, because my only options are vegan foods, and that's only foods that is in my house. See, I made that choice, and we all have to make an ultimate choice and decision about what we want to eat and how we're going to eat it. Our ultimate decision about how we want to be able to treat our bodies and what we want to put in our bodies. So it's not like you're going to find me going into my refrigerator and you're going to find these cheesy dishes or these chicken wings and these pork chops and all this unhealthy foods falling out my refrigerator. You won't find that. So I can go in my refrigerator and everything that I pull out, I know is wholesome and it's healthy and it's totally, absolutely nutritious, and it's vegan, organic foods, and that's easy. But you can't pick and choose at the restaurants, because everything that they're having there is a whole mixture of everything. Unhealthy foods, even though they say a lot of things is vegan, they're going to mix it together and guarantee you were saying, I want me a vegan dish here. They're going to put it down in the same grease and oil or in the same pans, and they're going to cook it together. So you really are seeping in unhealthy, what you call it, grease or whatever, and things into your foods that is supposed to be healthy for you. But anyway, the only part of a vegan diet that can be challenging, and that's what I'm speaking on, this is my big concern, it's dining out. Dining out, and I found that to be rather hard in my very beginning, early stages, and when I first began to step out into restaurants and I was asking about vegan meals and vegan menus and what can I eat. Like I said, that can be challenging. That can be challenging because most of the places during the time when like I said, I've been vegan now going over 5 years, and it was hard. A lot of times, I felt like I was like stressing out people, and I didn't feel comfortable talking about vegan because people had made that word like it was a disease, I said. So going out to restaurants and going out to fast food chains and different places, yes, it is very challenging because all of the control about your eating habits and about your diets and the food that you're eating is in someone else's hand. But we all love going out to restaurants, and I know we do. We like somebody pampering us and cooking for us and taking care of us. And eating out at times, yes, we all like to go out and eat at times because we like to be served. But it's a challenge if you're looking for a vegan diet. So what do we do? I'm going to give you some tips that I learned after it took me a while to be able to grow into learning how to be able to address the shelves, the waiters, the waitress, and everyone in these restaurants. I had to learn how to groom myself, how to go and approach them, because at first I was like getting tense and I was getting frustrated and I was being aggravated because we don't have this, we don't do that, we don't that. But then I began to learn how to address them. So I'm gonna give you some tips for how to eat vegan at any restaurant and not just order salad. Because everybody think that you gotta go order that rabbit food, eat them salads. No. You can really get yourself a really good, wholesome, nutrition vegan meal. But you can get around from all the things that they may be trying to push at you. But you got to pick and choose yourself, and you got to talk to that chef. And you got to tell them exactly what you want. Okay? So I'm going to give some tips. And the first tip is that you might want to call ahead. You got to pick up that phone. I know it may feel like, oh, your heart just fell into your stomach, but you got to really pick up that phone when you call ahead. And that is really helpful. And if you have plans to go to a restaurant and you aren't sure of the vegan options, like I said, you just got to pick up that phone and you got to call and you got to ask what is on your menu, what is in this dish. Tell them what you want. And if the restaurant really doesn't have any vegan options, then you can just change your plans. Nobody going to tie you up and pull you down there. You ain't got to go. You are in control of what you want. You are in control of your diet and what you want to eat. You make your choices, okay? And it also lets the chef know when you call ahead that you're coming. So if they do have vegan options and different nutritious, wholesome, healthy meals that is vegan and organic and all that, it helps them prepare something very special for you. And sometimes they will do that. And I've had chefs, the waiter or the waitress or the waiter will come in out and will take my order and I will tell them what I want. And they say, okay, we go talk to the chef. They go talk to the chef. They relay what I'm looking for, what I want, and what I don't want. They'll come back and they'll run it off to me. This is what we can do. Yes, they can do that and that. And they switch out a whole lot of different things and they turn it around into a beautiful vegan dishes. And I really appreciate they took the time and patience. They really wanted to serve me. They even bring things to my table and show me. And I appreciate that because I had learned to be patient. And when you do get to the restaurant, you can relax because you know that you're called ahead. You know you had already talked to someone about your lifestyle of eating. So you know the options. And I have even called a restaurant and I've been thrilled and surprised. But when I was told they had a separate vegan menu, yes, it was surprising. But when I get there, I want to see it. I want to know it. I want to read it. I want to understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have known about a separate special vegan menu unless I would have asked. And that's what I'm saying. Open up your mouth and you tell them what you ask. And you also try looking the menus up online, which I did. But sometimes it may not be as clear of the items and what they actually are that is vegan. So my best advice to you is just call. Call with a genuine, pure, warm, and friendly conversation, okay? And number two, the second thing I would do, second tip, is be clear and be precise about what vegan foods that you want. And first, when I made a switch, I hated saying that word. Everybody seemed like they shunned it. They dreaded that dreaded word. They made it out to be vegan. Oh, they look at you like you are a disease, I'm telling you. So I hated saying the word, that dreaded word, vegan. And as I was somehow worried that the chef would get mad at me, and I really thought that he's going to get frustrated, he's going to get upset with me, he's going to get angry at me, but I had to realize, I am spending my money. And I'm spending money that I want the best. And so I learned that I had to take control of my power. I'm not going to give my power to somebody just feed me and serve me something that I'm not looking for. So, and it wasn't true. They really did not get angry. I'm going to say they went into the kitchen. They came back out. They talked to me face to face. They told me what they had, what they could do, what they would do. Whatever it is, they will change this. They will take this and that, and they were transfer this onto that. I mean, they were really nice to me. And I've heard from both the chef and the waiter, and they were very good about working with me. And I am very appreciative because I had learned to be patient with them. So they will address me correctly without any confusion because we had that one-on-one conversation with each other. So when you first walk into a restaurant, if you haven't called ahead, then you ask the greeter about the vegan options. Just talk to someone. And they will be able to tell you before you even sit down what the vegan options may be. And if there is no greeter, then you ask the server just right away. Tell them what you want. Tell them the foods that you're eating. You're a vegan. Just tell them. And the last thing that you want to happen is that you already have all your drinks and everyone is sitting at the table and everyone has ordered their food. And then all of a sudden you realize that everybody got food because they may not be eating vegan, but there's nothing for you to eat. So asking as soon as possible, the moment that you hit that table, you sit down. If you can't find no one to ask before you sit to the table, find out so you can ensure that you are going to have a relaxing and a great, wonderful, vegan, healthy lifestyle, nutrition, hosting experience. And the third thing is be nice. Be nice. Sometimes it can get very rough. And then we can allow people to ruffle our feathers. And I did in the beginning. So when you ask, just be polite. You don't have to shout out to the world. And don't make millions of demands. And don't try to disrupt the ingredients on the list. Please. Be patient. Be nice. Just ask them if there are any vegan-friendly options with a smile on your face. And not everyone understands what vegan is. Really, people don't really understand what vegan is. So if they don't know, then to help them. Try to help them to understand by telling them what you really don't want to eat. And tell them what your specific diet is. And don't go out there and try to down anybody, hollering out no animal cruelty talk here. This is not the place for that. This is not the time for that. Because if you're nice to people, will be nice to you right back. And the fourth tip I'm going to tell you is about look for codes. You're like, what is that, Destiny? No, really. Look for codes because, like I said, you got to understand this. Menus often have little icons next to the items that you indicate which are vegan or vegetarian. They really do. Just like they do when the foods are spicy. You might see a little hot pepper icon next to something that is hot. But they do the same thing if they're vegan or vegetarian. So just look for the guide so you can know what they are stand for. They will let you know. Sometimes if it's a little V, it might be sometimes a little leaf or a little fun icon letting you know vegan is here. This is a little green leaf. That that is vegan. And that is very helpful. Pay attention. Look for the codes. And number 5, and the 5th tip, is be a clever subber. Subber is only just read the subtitles and read the headliners on the menus. Just read. Read to understand. And most menus have vegetarian options, which can easily be made vegan. Yes, I've learned that in my process of going out and trying to make sure I was eating wholesome and healthy. So just ask if the dairy or the egg can be removed from the dish to make it more vegan friendly. And you'll be amazed how they work with you. You'll be amazed how the waiters are so patient. And you'll be so amazed that the chef in the kitchen will send back messages. What else can I do? How can I send this? And they will do all that. Just to make sure you are having a great eating vegan experience. Okay, so sometimes you may have to remove certain ingredients in the dish, and that might need to have something else to boost it up just a little notch in there, or add something else to the taste of it. So what I like to do is pre-use around the menu. And if I see another ingredient I think that will be great, then I will ask for a substitution. And I do that a lot of times. I remove this off and I may substitute it. Let me say it now. A good example of this is like, okay, if I'm ordering a vegan burrito, and I don't eat cheese and I don't eat any dairy, no, I'm totally, absolutely dairy free, and I don't eat any sour creams or anything with cheese on it, I'll kindly say, please, would you remove that? And could you please replace it instead with the guacamole? That's just avocado and just healthy, a lot of, different vegetables and things in it, and it's healthy. And say the word substitute, that substitute, or replace it is the key, because then hopefully they won't charge you extra because you're just substituting it with something else, replacing it with something else. And sometimes if there is no main dishes on the menu that are easily made vegan, then you just will look to the sides. And I go to the side dishes a lot of times, and I'll pick out different sides, and I'll pick out different vegetables and different things like that. And I will say, add this vegetable, add that, and add that. Put some guacamole on my dish, and I will make me a whole new dish right there in front of my face. And often there are a lot of side dishes that are vegan friendly. And I go now to tell you, what are your vegetables? I may add broccoli, I may add cauliflower, I may add spinach. Then I, different things. A whole lot of sauteed peppers and mushrooms and different things. And that's what I'll do. And I'll make it friendly vegan. Or I would just order a big plate of those things, and I'll just have all of that and just drop me some guacamole there, and I'm happy. And I am getting healthy and really a great meal. So just take your time. Those are a few tips that I just want to share with you. And the last tip I would tell you, just get the apps. And I have posted on my Facebook group page about vegan apps. And I don't know if anybody ever paid attention to it. People don't respond a lot of times or comment. So I don't know if you saw that app, but it was about vegan restaurants and vegan meals. I think that was a great, fantastic app. And you might want to go back and find that video that I posted about the vegan apps. And there are a lot of great apps or websites that will help you find great vegan restaurants right there near you. So this can be easily a great for travel. And so you go and you might want to download you some vegan apps that will help you. And some of the favorites vegan places that I've gone to and I really did enjoy, it's a place called Happy Cow, and another one was Veganism. And these apps will find these restaurants in your area, and they will let you know that they are vegan friendly, and it's very helpful. And another place that I really enjoyed that I found on the vegan app was the Vegan Express, which helps you to find vegan options as well on popular food chains and restaurants. And so these are a lot of things, they help you be able to find different things on the menus that will help you to be able to stay in the place that you want and maintain that healthy diet. So these are a few questions. Just don't get pulled in with a bunch of lies. Don't get scammed by restaurants going out there calling that they're vegan and they really not. They're using dead, rotten, cancerous animal meat. They're grinding it up and they're putting it in your foods. They're using all kinds of these oils and these greases and these lards and I mean all kinds of stuff, and they're cooking in your food. The most deadly and rotten vegetables and fruits that nobody wants, and they bring them into the restaurant, and because they saving money on them, they'll mix them up and they add it to your foods and say okay, but they're gonna jack up your price of their food 4 or 5 times more than what they bought these dead, cheap, rotten vegetables and fruits, and they put it on your plate and say it's vegan. So you have to take responsibility. You have to be accountable for your life. So you make the ultimate choices. You choose what you want for your life. And I was telling you that our Creator, He gave us a vegan diet for man and for the animals. That was in Genesis chapter 1, verses 29 and 30. Verse 29 was for man. When they say meat, I'm not talking about meat like animals. Meat is another word used for food. Okay? So, when in Genesis chapter 1 and 30, He gave a specific diet for the animals. And when they say food, they say meat, it's not talking about meat, grabbing an animal and eating an animal. Meat is another substitute word meaning food, guys. You guys gotta get that. You really do have to understand that. People take things so much out of context. Sometimes it's just really crazy, you know. And everybody run with it, and you push this crazy information on someone else, and everyone else starts talking crazy. So let me conclude this. I'm gonna read this. This is in Genesis chapter 1. Verse 29, this is the food that your God, your Creator, given you for mankind to eat. He said, and God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed to you, and it shall be meat. And when He said meat, He didn't mean meat to go out there and grab you some cows, some bulls, and pigs, and frogs, and whatever you call them. Meat means food. Do a research on it. That was for man. He gave us a vegetarian diet from the very beginning. Then He also gave a diet for the animals. Genesis chapter 1, verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. I have given every green herb for your foods, for the animals. And it was so. So people take words out of context. So guys, on that note, read. Like I said, read, study. And do not get scammed. Do not get pulled in. Do not let people make a profit, $1 million, $1 trillion profit off of your pockets, because they are hacking up things and saying, I'm feeding you vegan meals and nutrition, wholesome, organic meals, and you're not getting all that. Guys, I love you guys. Veganism is at an all-time high, and you guys who out there is changing your diets, I'm proud of you. Just be real. Love you guys. Talk to you next video.